Today we're going to paint this fun Christmas envelope here where we've got lots of seasonal goodies that are contained in this envelope. So we'll paint this together. So get your supplies ready and let's get started. What we'll do is start with some of these pine over here, and I'm going to make it sort of a blue-green. Depends on what kind of pine that you like best. There's all different shades out there, so I'm going to make this one kind of a blue-green, and then we'll have a deeper green for our holly. And we're just kind of going over. Generally, we'll still see those lines underneath, so we don't have to go in there so specifically. And I'm going to wait to do this other side because I want to not put my hand in it. Little gingerbread house here. I'm going to make it more of traditional. I am using my tropical set, so the brown in there is a little more yellow. I added a little bit of purple, some black, just to kind of get that a little more the way that I want it. And right now it's kind of blending into my roof there because it's wet, so you can always wait to do that or let it just kind of bleed into it and sort of have that pure watercolor look. And my door, I'm going to do the same color. I pulled in that same one but more from the yellow. We'll see how I like that. And that comes down into here. And actually the house is also in there. All right, so while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to come in here and paint this little peppermint. And just trying to make sure I find every other one. I'd like that a little bit more weighty, so I might either add another layer after it dries, but I'm putting one on there now just so that there's more pigment because I had a lot of water. It wasn't showing up as well. I come in here and paint my holly. So this is very basic in the way that you would do this. There aren't a lot of new techniques in here. You're kind of using this like a marker, and we just have some color mixing. I took out of this set a little bit of green that's kind of bright, and I added some brown to it and a little bit of black just to make it look a little more like a holly leaf would. I'm going to turn this around so I don't get my hand in it. Light green background here. It's just kind of filler in the envelope. And I'm going to get some more of this pine. And I'm trying to start with the small tip of my brush at the end and pull toward myself. That way I get the strong point at the end. If you pull it from the other way, you'll end up having the fatter part of your brush at the end of those needles, and it will not look as fine line. And the more up and down you are, the more fine that will be. You can always practice on your little piece of paper so that you can do a better job at that. But these don't matter too much, but you can always get the fine part of your brush and just sort of go past some of these lines to make it look like it's got a point to it, since we're kind of going all over. Now I'm getting this stem right here. And I am going to paint these fun little dots just using the tip of my brush, letting it deposit into that circle instead of doing any kind of stroke. And then I've got these little, I guess, kind of candy details around the outside. I don't know if you've ever decorated gingerbread houses, but our family did that for many years, and it's a ton of fun. We get extra candy from the store just to kind of, that's too green, just to kind of add in. And just so you know, we would like attach it to cardboard wrapped in tin foil, and then we could make kind of a nice little yard with a pond and all kinds of things. Coconut for snow, and we would get that licorice that pulls apart so you could put ropes kind of aligned around, and marshmallows for snowmen. Trying to think of what else we did that was pretty creative. You can get put out a waffle cone or ice cream cone upside down and put icing on it to make it a Christmas tree. Can use like mini wheats or checks to make a roof on a gingerbread. And I'm going to come in here and get this last holly so we can get in there and get those gifts in a minute. Part of planning this is just going to be waiting. Oh, I used the wrong, may have used the wrong color, I'm not sure. It's okay, they all kind of look the same, huh? I'm going to make this like parchment. So I'm going to go over it very lightly, just a little bit of pigment back in there, and leave my star open. I don't want it to look yellow. I don't want it to look brown, but you can paint your card whatever color you want. It look cute in red. And you can do it thematic if you want more of a blue or a hot pink or something like that. That would be fun. And then all your stuff in here could kind of match it if you think ahead. And now I'm going to just kind of, while it's still wet, take a little bit of the brown that I used earlier and just tap that in a few places here. Or just right at the middle and kind of highlight those lines. Maybe mixing the greens here, and that would actually tie it all in together. So get this bow in red. I'm going to go for more traditional Christmas here. That this right here is part of that leaf. So I'll wait to do that bow. I'm going to wait for that to dry right there. And I'm going to wait to do the stripes. And now, bright yellow. I don't know how that's dry, but I'm just going to actually just kind of push that around in that area. Back over that in a second. I'll do more red. So this gift has kind of a plaid look to it. So just going over those lightly. And now I'll do the same thing, go in this direction. I might fill in the whole stroke on that down. And I think I want to add a little stripe in between so it's not as white. And you can always add a pencil line to this and make patterns on your gifts a little bit different than the way that I have them. I think I'll kind of thinking on the fly here. I just want to make sure that that red and green look good together. Windows in here. And I'm going to see if I kind of blend those stripes now that they're set up. If I kind of blend them a little bit. I'm going to darken up that star here. Merry Christmas.